Hi, my name's Heather and I'm a psychology student at the University of New England in Australia. Today I wanted to tell you about a really powerful strategy with a simple step-by-step process that I use to reduce my fear of enclosed spaces. If you found my YouTube video, it might be because you or someone you know has claustrophobia. The strategy that I'm about to share with you is something that you can manage yourself, and all you need is some motivation, a little bit of courage, and a friend to help you along the way. The first step to dealing with claustrophobia is to think about when it began. This step will help you decipher the trigger for the phobia, or what we refer to in behavioural modification as the antecedent. Understanding when the claustrophobia began and what triggers it will also help you when we delve into the first step of addressing your fear of enclosed spaces. The biggest issue with phobic responses is that to avoid the awful feeling, the sense of panic that arises when we begin to feel claustrophobic, we avoid the situations which we are most scared of. And this makes the phobia worse because we are reinforcing the phobia. What that means is that the avoidance of the situation reinforces our fear and makes our phobia worse. The next part of the gradual exposure therapy is to figure out the situations that scare you and list them from least to most scary. To hierarchically grade these situations in intensity from low to high, you should rate them using a scale out of 100. On this scale, 0 will represent no fear and 100 will represent immense fear. Having a good understanding of the situations that make you feel claustrophobic in a graduated list of 10 to 20 situations is the first step to addressing and reducing claustrophobia. Once you have these situations rated, you'll select approximately 10 situations to which you can gradually expose yourself. I decided to expose myself to one situation a day over 10 days. I found that by addressing the phobia without any breaks in between, I gained momentum and confidence in the process. However, if you want to do it over a longer period, that too is fine. Now, your fear hierarchy can be a combination of techniques, including visualization, watching YouTube videos, and exposing yourself to real life situations that have previously made you feel scared. The most important thing here is that the fear hierarchy is graduated and that each step is only slightly more challenging than the prior one. I use visualization during the first 2 days of my gradual exposure. Visualization is incredibly powerful, as you can imagine in detail the claustrophobic situations in real life and that would normally elicit a fear response, and during visualization process a slight fear response might be induced. However, you're also aware that you're in the safety of your own home, which will help you start to gain confidence in the process. Now, at the beginning of the video I mentioned that you will need a friend during this process. The reason for that is that your friend is going to be modeling the behavior that you want to replicate, but they are also going to be there to praise you and tell you how well you are doing. Praise, or positive reinforcement, is one of the most powerful techniques that you can use in behavior modification. Now, when you do your visualization, it can help to imagine that you have a friend with you who is praising you and telling you that you're doing really well. After you've finished each session of the gradual exposure, you should rate your fear for that particular session. You will use the same rating scale that you did with your fear hierarchy, with 0 meaning no fear and 100 meaning immense fear. Rating each session will help you decide whether you're ready to move one step up your fear hierarchy or whether you should do another session at that same level. As you slowly move up that fear hierarchy, the most fantastic thing will occur. So long as you take baby steps and utilize the graduated fear hierarchy, use a friend for modeling and reinforcement, you will start to gain confidence in yourself, start to gain confidence in the process, and begin to feel less scared about those claustrophobic situations. Now, I have mentioned the use of visualization, the use of modeling by a friend, and the use of positive reinforcement in the form of praise, but the final piece of the puzzle is setting a goal for your last exposure and a reward for achieving this goal. My final goal was to expose myself to a situation that had previously elicited a panic attack, and my reward for taking my horse to the beach. As I had taken lots of small steps before reaching my final exposure, and the step before my final goal had been doing the same exposure but with a friend, I found my goal was achievable. So, if you are motivated to get on with your life, and not be held back by claustrophobia anymore, then your final goal will be completely achievable too. Finally, it is important that after you have completed your gradual exposure therapy, that you continue to expose yourself to situations on the fear hierarchy on a regular basis. This is in order to maintain your results. So in a nutshell, that's it. With a bit of planning, confidence, some motivation, and a friend with you in those challenging situations, you too can reduce your claustrophobia. And I promise you will feel fantastic about yourself after. If you have any questions, please comment below. Thank you so much for watching my YouTube video. Bye.